So, today
I'm a guest of Whitchurch.
Yeah.
So what's I've been promised by John a ride around the sites of Whitchurch for an hour. But I also bicycle around London.
Yeah.
To the city, to engagements that aren't too far away.
Yeah.
If it gets really wet, this folds up and it goes in the back of a taxi. I'm a moderate cyclist as opposed to an extremist.
Moderate, okay.
More and more employees at the House of Commons who bicycle to work. We now have a huge number of bicycle racks. And the Boris bikes are about to establish a stand very close to Parliament.
Right.
So peers and MPs can use the Boris bikes.
Do you know any of the issues faced by cycling, or do you think generally?
In Whitchurch?
Yes.
I think they're the same as everywhere else.
Yes.
Potential conflict with other road users, adequate storage for bicycles, safe securage, somewhere to sort of leave them during the day.
Yes.
The road surfaces aren't too bad.
Yes.
Isn't that right, Andrew, in Whitchurch?
Yeah, they're not too bad. They're actually not too bad.
Potholes are a sort of professional hazard for cyclists.
Yes.
But it's not too bad around here. Okay. So,
what do you think will help encourage more people to get cycling in this summer of cycling?
I hope to some extent the cycling at the Olympics, the velodrome, which might sort of renew the appetite, particularly if the British team does well. The organisers in London have made it easier for people to bicycle to the events, so that hopefully will prevent. I just hope an interest in health and awareness and sport might get more people back on two wheels.
Some of the issues that cyclists and perhaps pedestrians deal with in Whitchurch is a little bit, in a way, it's sort of unique for cycling because it's small town and most of the main issues occur in bigger towns. We have fast traffic here, we have narrow roads, we have lots of parking, we have quite a few back pathways that could be used for cycle routes, and look at those. I'm going to take you to a couple of places to show a couple of instances that I know where traffic races cyclists. One of the things that has started to happen with increasing traffic is drivers wanting to speed to get into gaps. So if you're overtaking parked cars, whereas legally they should wait for you, you'll find yourself in a head-on situation. One of the things, when this town forecourt was made, we had some cycle hoops, known as Sheffield stands hoops. There's one left over there next to the penny farthing rack. That's one of the things to try and get cycling remembered in people's minds, because the more hints at cycling there is, the safer it becomes.
Taking elected councillors on a tour around Whitchurch just to show them how you can cycle around the town safely.
Fantastic. Now you're supposed to the road.
Exactly, nice and safe.
where we are now would be about halfway between Wales in the Field and perhaps Tespel. And all the way through is a nice safe route. People going from, say, tourists going to distillery into Whitchurch, or Silk Mill to distillery, that type of thing. If you're approaching from down that way and you're heading this way, because it's a slight right-hand bend, everything coming out of that Ballaston Way comes out here and goes onto this right-hand side of the road in that direction, and we have head-on nearly always. And that's where traffic speed has a big problem. It will come down there fast. If we could lower the speeds down, 20 overall, that type of thing. So the traffic is effectively single lane. We actually have quite a nice area here, okay, which would join up with all the rest of the street on, so you have a little bit of grass behind it. So it leads straight through to Tespel. Harriet's just is going to explain what happens.
Well, I thought we were going to the bridge, so I was using my right ear to listen for traffic over my right shoulder, ready to turn around, to turn right here, which I find really frightening. And sometimes I've even pulled over here, sort of crossed on foot, and then continued round. But usually you can hear.
Even
but
more
this is an
frightening, I
awkward
think, is
junction.
the
Yeah.
slippery.
In the winter it's okay because you can see the traffic. In the summer everything's out in leaf, and so turning right to Tufton, it frightens the life out of me.
Yeah, that was interesting because didn't expect anyone to come up with it. That's exactly the issue. just gone round, and it's sunk about that much,
Yeah.
and it's been there all the time. Never fixed. So George was just pointed out.
What's dodgy about them, John?
We'll get stuck in them. Although this one isn't too bad because of the angle. But it's where they're parallel to the road. They should be replaced. Just stopped here because one of the things that I very strongly believe in is putting the imagery of cycling around to make people think of the road users.
Thank you very much for all the
I
time
shall
and
be
trouble you
asking
took.
you some questions about this after.
As a test.
No disabuse, if you wouldn't mind.
Okay, email me.
Yeah.
Very good.
That's the intention.
Let's go off and run the country.
Cheerio.
Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Sure.
Thanks
Nice seeing you again.
Close.
John, you know, you stated the obvious a second ago about there's no cycle hoops at the surgery.
Yeah.
And I never really thought about that before, but
One
it's...
thing came to my mind, if you're fit enough to cycle to the surgery, you don't need to see the doctor.
The doctors
That
could
be-
cycle.
That could be their argument, Eric, couldn't it?
Well,
Be.
yeah,
Although,
playing
yeah.
devil's advocate.
But
Yeah.
Barry, that's a lovely bicycle you have there. What is it?
Well, it's a Raleigh. It's my old Raleigh that I had from many, many years ago, and yeah, I have very happy memories of it. I've got a drop handlebar bike as well, a racing bike that my father gave me when I was cycling backwards and forwards to Andover from Whitchurch, and
Were you doing that every day?
I was doing that every day. That was when I was an apprentice in 62, 63. Yeah, I mean, the one place I can remember always coming back home from Andover was Fox Hill. If you've been up Fox Hill, it's quite steep. And when it was raining, it was absolutely awful.
But you were cycling it nonetheless.
I was cycling it nonetheless, yeah. And I had a big cape. My father bought me a cape, which covered everything up. And yeah, but this bike, this was a sort of a run around town one rather than a racing bike. And I had this from new, and I've had it ever since, and used it, and still use it day in, day out now. Yeah, really proud of it, yeah. Especially the dynamo for the lights, and it still works front and back. So yeah, we're legal, up and running and legal, yeah.